what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Legacy Journeys, where couples over 40 come to embrace the now, explore what's next, and evolve their relationship with real talk, real love, and a whole lot of laughter. I'm your host, Liv, and my co-host,
Carlton, the host with the most, coast to coast.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm good.
I like those earrings.
Thank you.
Yeah, with the flower style going on.
Thank you.
All right. So we're going to jump right in it. We know a lot of y'all like to travel. So we want to talk about that, starting off, talking about some travel stuff. So we wanted to know, how has your travel style changed over the years?
Yes. So, like, for example, I know when I was younger, I would, pretty much pack, I used to pack, one thing I did used to do was I used to pack a whole lot of shoes. Yeah, I needed a pair of shoes for each outfit during the day, and then in case we go out in the evenings, yeah, it was a whole thing. But once you pay that weight fee,
the luggage fee
for having an oversized bag, yeah, you no longer do that. So that's one way I've changed. What about you?
For me, it's probably mostly been like, I'm probably more efficient.
Yeah, he's the organized guy. Like, he got his checklist. We got
that would be the thing.
We got a checklist
so I'm like, listen,
for
everything. Look, I got a checklist right here for the pod. She ain't lying.
Yeah,
I gotta have it.
And I wasn't like that. Now I'm like, I tend to rely on his checklist. But again, like I said, I rely on him to have the checklist, and I just, do what I usually do, which is have everything stored up here unnecessarily, so yeah.
Yeah, that became like a whole bunch of added stress for me, trying to keep up with, what to think about.
I get it.
Yeah, I make lists for everything.
I know.
Yeah, I make lists for everything.
I love you for it. Yeah.
I mean, it helps me manage projects and things like moving. I mean, not moving, but traveling is a project.
Yeah, it is.
Even if you're going to the same place over and over and over and over, you're gonna typically have some of the same things. Oh man, I forgot about this XYZ.
Right.
So I just really started doing that since we've been together.
Right. And now it seems like we need to add more to this checklist because, when we were in Savannah, when I was hospitalized, we talked about that in the last episode. You had to stay in a hotel. You end up getting sick.
Yeah, and still getting over.
Yeah. And so
we need to add Lysol and Clorox wipes.
I understand now why they say that. I mean, yeah, I'm going to be honest. We weren't in the habit of doing that.
No, we weren't.
We will be now because he ended up sick.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom, I think she became...
Probably got the same thing.
Same thing. Like we're all coughing.
Yeah.
Thanks
to Carly Carl. Not actually wiping the thing. My mom would say that.
Yeah.
My cousins were saying it in the, online when I posted it. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah. So we know better now. And then there's a matter of, whether you stay in a hotel or an Airbnb, it just all depends for me.
Yeah, if I could just stay in an Airbnb every time, I think I'd probably be all right. A good one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. A nice one.
Because sometimes the hotels be leaving a lot to desire,
And then and then the breakfast. So...
Yeah.
When they say continental breakfast, I mean...
That has changed.
Yeah, it's changed a lot. And then they got the eggs that are, I don't know if they're powder eggs. They're just gross.
Powdered, pre-cooked.
Pre-cooked?
The last couple of ones, like in that last hotel, the one I got sick in, and maybe the one before that, we went to, the one we went to in Smyrna.
Okay.
They had them eggs, the egg omelet already put together with the egg wrapped in. Nobody cooked that in the back in the kitchen. That was like, yeah.
At least they used to try to have like scrambled eggs, but now it's just this. It's disgusting. And then the sausage, so I know he doesn't eat pork, but I do. And the sausage,
that sausage.
it had this like grease bubble thing, and you could see just shit floating all around. I'm like, and then it bust.
Yeah, it was just like the casing, the
sausage
casing.
casing.
Oh, yo, it was just full of juice.
It was just full of juice. I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to eat this. This is disgusting. Like,
yeah.
To see it, it would make you not want to eat another sausage. But I think I'm over it now. But yeah, it was disgusting. Like, yeah, so there's that. And so at least in the Airbnb, you don't have to worry about that. You just got to do some groceries,
Cook your own food.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at that. I actually prefer that, than to spend the money, going to different spots, because you can't eat where you stay because, their food is not of good quality.
Yeah. And then again, too, it depends on which hotel you go to.
Yeah.
So, some hotels are better than others.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. So it depends on your star level of the hotel.
Okay. Well, what was the one we went to? Sonesta
Suites, Cumberland.
Holiday Inn Express.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got that. That was where I had the sausage.
Oh
yeah.
So they leave a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
Now, if you want these, probably if it was like a. Embassy Suites or
Sheraton.
Yeah, I would have liked to see what the DoubleTree, because we didn't eat the DoubleTree stuff.
Oh yeah,
we did do the DoubleTree stuff. No, that was the Sonesta Suites with the bartender guy. Yo, that was interesting too. Another thing about traveling, right? And I don't know if you thought about this before, but like we talked about it one time, like traveling with other people. Everybody doesn't travel. Everybody doesn't travel well.
The same.
Yeah.
And so we were wondering, because I know me, when I travel, it depends where I'm going. Okay, so I've never been out the country. So when we go out the country, I'm planning to explore and sightsee. I want to do everything there is to do. But let's say we're going to like a resort.
Mm-hmm.
How do you all like to vacation? Because, see, if I'm going to a resort, again, I will, of course, I want to go jet skiing. I want to try that. I want to try zip lining. I want to do ATVs. But I don't think I'll have, I don't want to have to do that every single time we go
on vacation. That makes sense.
Like once you try it, or snorkeling, I love to do that. But I don't want to do it every single trip that we go on. And that's because of me. Like, you want to vacation after your vacation because you need to, recoup, recover, whatever. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Well, I mean, that brings up a good question. Like, so some people are more excursion types, and some people may be like the chill at the hotel type. And like you said, it just depends on the trip. Because sometimes I'd want to go on an excursion because I like sightseeing, visiting ruins or whatever, going on hiking, whatever. So I probably would like to do excursion. It's a problem. I would like to do excursion, but there are some trips where I might just be like, yo, I got the drink with the umbrella in it, and I'm just chilling.
And you just chilling.
Yeah, you just relaxing.
Right.
By the pool, or you might even be relaxing in your room. You just never know.
Right.
So, and then some places, like even if you go like on a cabin in the mountains, you might not have a lot of places you could drive off to and do excursions.
Right.
So you're in the cabin. So it just depends.
So you're just there.
Right. So how do you all like the vacation? Leave that in the comments. We'd like to know that.
Right. Do you like an itinerary?
Yeah.
And see, that's another thing. I'm okay with itineraries as long as you're not crazy with it.
Right.
Like you calling at, you want to go somewhere at 6 a.m.
Right.
Now, especially depending where we go, with the time change, I'm not doing 6 a.m. So you could count me out on that. I like to do stuff, but don't, if you got an itinerary, don't have me up at no 6 in the morning. At least, like, I say maybe the earliest, like 8 or 9. I could do 8 or 9. 6, yeah, you won't see a good side of me. I'm a
That's
morning
unless it's-
person,
right.
but that's just a little too early for me.
What about if like the itinerary is based on the excursion though? You know, you need to be in the lobby by
Just
6
make
o'clock.
sure I have.
You need to be on the
I'm not a
bus
coffee drinker.
by 6:30.
Yeah, I feel you. Just make sure I have something to
Yeah.
like, cause yeah, 6:30. That's just, yeah. I'm just not. I'm a morning person, like I said, but that's a little bit too early for me. But I'll just, or you know what? Knowing me, I'll probably just suck it up and then come back, or I'm gonna need a nap at some point. Cause otherwise, I'm not gonna be a pleasant person. I'm just saying. Especially, like I said, if there's a time change,
Right.
yeah, your girl gonna need a nap at some point, or I'm gonna just crash out.
Gotcha. Yeah. And then, look, we've been taking naps. We'll take a
There's
nap.
nothing wrong with a nap.
We'll take a nap.
I'm just saying, they life changing. Especially if I'm doing something at 9 o'clock, I'm gonna need a nap. Yeah, for at least an hour. Cause otherwise, nah, your girl, she will shut it down at 9:30.
9:30.
Definitely by 10 o'clock, I'll shut it down.
Yeah.
I'll shut that shit right down.
It's rare when we got something happening past 10:30.
No, because unless
11
I'm
o'clock.
already out, and even still, I need some coffee or something. Cause yeah, I've been known to be at a club and fall the hell asleep. Music bumping and everything. So I'm just saying, yeah, you're going to have to give me a heads up. But again, what's your vacation style?
Yeah.
I just want to know. Because like I said, I would like to eventually plan trips. That is one of my goals, is to do like a couples trip where we go skiing. We could go wherever. We just going somewhere. We having a good time. We could do some, I don't know, maybe
hop on a charter a bus. Do some
Yeah,
things. There's plenty of things we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm down.
everybody doesn't travel the same.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody doesn't travel.
Right.
The same.
Right.
So don't get filtered out.
Right.
Because you might get filtered out if you don't know how to travel well.
Dang.
So I'm just saying.
Okay, so what would consist of, like, what would that look like? A couple that doesn't travel well. What does that look like?
Complaining a lot, but if the rules say like Reverend Dolores said, if you know you don't need to bring 3 bags worth of stuff, and the flyer or itinerary thing says bring 1 bag, bring 2 bags at the most, don't try to bring your whole closet. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. So it just, if you don't travel well.
I get that, but what about women? Because like I said, I used to be that chick that would bring, like, I would need a separate suitcase for my shoes alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, I'm going to be honest, I want to have the type of event that, let's say we go to a cabin for the weekend, and Monday we're doing this, you know what I'm saying? We may have a barbecue. Tuesday we have a weekend.
Oh, you going Monday and Tuesday?
Wait, what?
Said Monday we have this. Tuesday
no,
we have
I'm sorry.
I'm like, what days of the week? A weekend of those. I'm tracking with you though.
Okay.
I'm
sorry. I meant Friday. Friday, I'll have like a barbecue. Saturday may be like theme night. It could be whatever, karaoke night. And so with women, we'll need to pack accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, okay, a cabin is maybe one thing.
We could, I don't know, do
you gotta get on a plane and do all of that, in a boat and different things.
A boat?
Yeah, I'm just saying, it depends on what type of thing
you're
doing.
Okay,
like
gotcha.
Cabin is one thing.
Gotcha.
But you
I'm
get
just
on a
saying,
boat
as
or
an
a plane
example of what I would like to do in the future as a group.
And why girls should pack 3 bags instead of 2. 4 bags instead of 2.
I'm not encouraging that, I'm just saying.
You advocating for an
I
advance.
understand
You
the
advocating for the
need
advance.
to have like several different pairs of shoes.
Mhm.
You know, you like to hike. What if you want to like go on the hike? You're gonna need shoes for that. You
Right.
need boots for that.
Right.
And then you come home, you got your around the house shoes. You know, you go to the store, you need shoes for that.
The store
sneakers.
shoes, to run the errand shoes.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm just
He
saying.
act like he don't
So,
understand.
I get what you're saying.
Right.
Okay, so if the organizers call for, you know, they say, okay, well, don't bring no more than this. Okay, two
I mean,
two
you
bags.
bring what you want.
I'm just saying, hold on. If they say that, and you like, yo, I just need a whole bag for my shoes, but that's gonna carry you into 3 and 4 bags. Are you gonna not do the trip because your shoes can't go?
No.
Because your shoes can't have the experience?
We just gonna have to suck it up and pay for my shoes to have their own space and bag. And it's what it is. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm lying. Yeah.
What was
my shoes will have their own. Okay,
you
so
sound like the lady on White Lotus, like Tanya. What was her name? Tanya McLeod. Played by Jennifer Coolidge.
Y'all, if y'all want to see a good series, I'm sorry, we're gonna get into.
And that's a good segue into what we're watching on TV. But go ahead and talk about it.
I was done with the travel stuff. Okay,
it's all related though. It's all related.
Keep that thought.
It's all related.
Okay.
Cabin, everything.
So yeah, if y'all want to see a good series, okay, on it's on Max. White Lotus, yo, it's actually really good.
Yeah, it is good.
It's about like rich people and them going to these resorts and they be having like different problems.
Yeah,
you know
that like first world problems,
right? That or us people don't really have, and it's just and then somebody die at the end, and it's always somebody you would never expect,
right? And
so he's talking about Jennifer Coolidge character. Her name is Tanya.
Yeah. She had a lot of bags.
Tanya. Yeah, she was an interesting person on there. So check it out. And so back to the shoes. Yeah, she bought a lot. She had a lot of bags, and so
killing the bell hops.
Oh yeah, that's how I'm gonna be. And so you know what? I guess I said I wasn't that person, and yeah, at one point I wasn't. But in a situation like this, yeah, pack my shoes because they must come with us.
Gotcha.
But again, what makes a bad like a traveler?
I mean, like I said,
you said the complaining.
Main thing is just complaining about every little thing.
So
you know,
don't complain about every little thing.
If your needs can't be accommodated with like simple things. You know what I'm saying? Like some things people have legitimate gripes and complaints and concerns about that.
Right.
I'm saying if every little thing is not right.
Okay.
And you're just telling everyone you're just miserable. Because if you're miserable the whole time on the trip, you're probably not going to get invited to the next trip. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I get it.
That's all I'm saying. Because if you're traveling, you want to have a good time.
That's all. We want to just have a good time.
That's it.
But traveling matters. Like, not it matters, but the way you travel and how you travel and, things that you need now as opposed to when you used to travel, it's just all different. And so, yeah. So, speaking of White Lotus.
And traveling.
And traveling.
Which is interesting. It got a whole bunch of interesting tie-overs to our next segue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, y'all, we have this segment where my daughter, Taylor, and her husband, my son-in-law, Dylan, our son-in-law, I'm sorry. It's our daughter and our son-in-law. They recommend movies for us and we tell you about them, because Taylor's a Gen Z and Dylan's a millennial. So we just want to see, like, okay, are we that out of touch as Gen Xers where that we don't understand? Or is it just that they're just weird and yeah. And so what? I'm sorry, was I not supposed to say that with my outside voice?
It came out though. It came out. We're gonna leave it on the.
I mean, hey, I know it's not just me. Y'all know them Gen Zers are different.
Yeah.
Like talking to them, it's like, and then they gotta say it for everything, and they just be like, yeah. So it's giving like, yeah, you know how they talk. I don't know. It's just a lot.
Yeah, it's different.
It's
different.
It's
a generation. It's
They're
definitely
different. And so that's why we ask them to recommend us movies, and we check them out, and we see if we like them. We have like a couple of them.
Right.
There was some we were like,
right.
I don't get it. And if y'all check out the episode before where we talk about Honora, and that was an Oscar-winning movie.
Yeah.
And so we just didn't understand like why it won all these awards. I really didn't understand it. Not that it wasn't a good movie.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't all that.
Yeah. You'll hear us talk about the breakdown of that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
But this one here,
now, we're just going to warn you. The name of the movie is Companion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And Taylor suggested for us to watch it first without reading any type of
description
of the movie or a synopsis.
Yeah.
And so that's how we did it. And we read it afterwards, and yeah, it made sense to watch it first.
Right.
So if you haven't seen it and you trust us, you've been listening to us this far, go watch it now. Don't listen further because, yeah, we're going to spoil it.
Right. So hit pause for a second.
Go watch it, and then come back and check us out. You know what I'm saying? And let us know what you think. Okay? Because it's actually a good movie. And I don't want to say what it's about until, I give y'all a moment or so to go, check it out, whatever, pause it.
Right.
Because, yeah. So even if you do know the premise of the movie and haven't watched, still watch, because it's a decent movie. Like, it kept both of our attention.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, snap.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So if you have, watch it. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
But so we're going to start now. So the story is regarding a young man named Josh.
Right.
Who has a female companion.
Right.
Who is a robot.
Right. And you don't know it's a robot until later on in the movie.
Right. Because at the beginning, she's telling the story on how her and her boyfriend Josh met, and she says, and then I had to kill him. And it's like, wait, what?
Right. And then it makes you like, whoa, wait a minute.
Right.
She's like, so I remember the first day I met Josh, and I also remember the day that I killed him.
Right. That's exactly how it went.
Yeah.
And so we was like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But still didn't know she was a robot. And so they go to this getaway at some friend's house. She's dating this, like, I guess he's like a rich
some rich Russian guy or something like that.
Right. We don't know like what he did or how he got his money or whatever. Just knew he was rich.
Right.
Yeah. And so there was also a gay male couple that was there also. And then Josh, and the robot's name is Iris.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so they go there, and you could tell that Kat was his friend. You could tell that she didn't like Iris. And Iris could kind of feel that something wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why, she asked Josh, she was like, yeah, I don't think Kat likes me. And he was like, oh, she likes you. She's fine. And she was like, yeah, it's just something I sense whenever, I see her. And so they get there and they speak or whatever. And so at one point, Iris, the robot, says something to Kat about it. She was like, you don't like me, do you? And Kat was just like, it's not that I don't like you. I don't like the idea of you. And I was just like,
and
that's
you still
an
don't know
interesting choice of words.
Yes, and you still don't know
that she's a robot
at this point.
And so they, eventually they go to bed. She meets the gay couple. And, everybody just seems nice and friendly,
And Josh and Iris, they have sex.
Right. I was getting to that.
Okay.
But I was first going to say that the Russian guy was kind of a little touchy-feely. That's how he appeared. Like, they were all drinking and, he was, like, really, like, flirty.
Right.
With Iris. And she was just kind of like, okay.
Right.
What's going on with this guy? But no one thought anything about it. No one at least said anything.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, peep that. And so, as he said, they end up having sex. And, not thinking anything about it.
Yeah,
Josh and Iris,
right.
His companion, have sex. And so we're still like, okay. And then next thing you know, they're talking afterwards.
Like
and she's just,
talk.
She's just, and clearly he had been drinking and was probably tired after, you know what I'm saying, he busted his nut, whatever. I know, I probably shouldn't have said it like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, and so he's like, he tells her, Iris, go to sleep. And next thing you know, her eyes close.
Yeah, she just closed.
She just automatically closed.
And it sounds like he's dissing her.
Right.
It sounds like he's like, I don't want to have nothing to do with you.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, I got my nut.
And her eyes instantly close, but you still
just think she's
don't really think anything about it.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next day they wake up and he had told her that they were going to go out to the beach. And so he made it seem like he was hungover. And so she got dressed and she's like, oh, are we still going to the beach? He was like, yeah, but I'm a little hungover. So I'll just hang back, but I'll meet you there. And she was like, okay. And so she wasn't just like, okay. She was kind of like bummed because she was like, well, this was your idea. And he was like, yeah, I'm coming. I'll be there. And so she goes there and she's out there chilling and the Russian guy comes.
And he's the host of
He owns the cabin that they're staying at. So she's trying to be polite, but he's just really coming on strong. And then he asked her if she could put lotion on his back. And so she's skeptical, but she does it anyway. And so next thing you know, he's like, touchy-feely and trying to kiss her.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, she kills him.
Right. She killed him.
She killed him.
And she's in shock that she killed him.
And then she also, before she left, she took a knife with her. And so I was like wondering why she took the knife with her. And so it was just weird that she took a knife and she put it in her pocket and she used that same knife to kill the Russian.
Right. When she went to go to the beach, she took the knife.
She took the knife with her.
Right.
And she used that same knife
to kill the Russian.
Right.
That is what happened. Yep.
Yeah. And so she's all bloodied up and she's like, oh my God, like,
I did something.
I did something wrong.
Right.
And I need to tell Josh. So she goes back to the house. She's all bloody. And they're like, oh, shit, what happened? She's like, I killed whatever the Russian guy name was.
Right.
And they're just like, oh, okay, don't worry about it.
They're like, wait a minute, you're not supposed to be. How did that happen?
Like, how did that happen?
How did that happen?
Right, they weren't. Yeah, they were like, how did that happen?
Right.
She was like, I don't know, but she was like, I did it.
Right.
She was like, I did it. She was like, I can't lie to you.
Right.
I did it. And he was like, I know, but he was like, I don't understand like how that happened.
Right.
Is that weird?
Yeah, he said something to her and he told her to power down or something like that. Go to sleep.
Right.
And her eyes just turned white. Like, it was crazy. Like, at that point, that's when you knew
we realized that she was a robot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he had her programmed to kill the Russian guy.
Right.
He had her programmed to rob him.
Kill him.
He made her aggressive.
Right.
To kill him.
Right.
To like defend herself. Because she killed him because she was trying to defend herself.
Right. He could turn up her aggression level, her intelligence level.
Level. He could do all of that.
Right. He jailbroke her basically. Like, just like he jailbroke her.
Right. And then they show where he was the guy brought her over because she was like a rental.
She was like a mailbox. Yeah, like a mail order. Like, he went and purchased her, picked her out, and did all of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then they delivered her, and he was able to program her and everything, even to the point where she could remember, or she had an image of how she thought that they met.
Right, and that was called the love link. Yeah.
Right.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
So, like, she imagined what, we saw at the beginning where she was talking about how she met him.
Right. It was really a program.
Right.
It was really a computer program in her head.
And so then somehow she became like...
Her intelligence level got tripped or something.
And she like became almost like human-like because she started like crying, and she was like, she had feelings.
Right.
Which
it was some Matrix
crazy
type shit. Yeah.
Because she's a robot.
Like Terminator Matrix type
and
stuff.
And she ended up getting away. Like, she figured out what was going on, and that they were gonna. So what they had planned to do, they had set her up to kill him,
Russian.
And then they were just gonna send her back and say that like she had a malfunction.
Right, and the reason they wanted him dead is because he had money in a safe. He had a lot of money in the safe.
And so him and the girl Kat, the Russian's girlfriend, had plotted to kill him. Right.
In order to get his money.
But it
backfired.
Right. Because she ended up like, again, she was behaving like an actual like human. And so she ended up running off.
Right.
And so the crazy part is that the gay couple, we find out then that his partner,
one of the partners in the gay couple,
was a robot as well.
Yes, was a companion as well, robot as well.
Yes, and he was very like quiet and just kind of like meek, and like he was shy.
Right.
But he was in love with
his owner.
Yeah,
right. And he was programmed.
And he was programmed like that.
Right.
Like, oh, I would just do anything for you, anything to make you happy.
Yeah. It was crazy. You don't know he's a robot. You don't know the guy has a companion robot until they're out there they're out in the woods and
trying to find
Iris so they can shut her down and send her back to the manufacturer, whatever.
Right.
And they had promised them they was going Kat and Josh had promised them they was going to give them some money, like $5 million if they help find Iris. Right.
And bring her back.
Yes.
Or either kill her.
Right. So in the midst of this, the guy in the couple, the owner of the companion in the couple, he tells the companion robot to go to sleep, and he just standing there. We don't know this guy's a robot yet until he tells him to go to sleep, and his eyes does the same thing that Iris did. Right. So I don't remember how that companion was played by Lucas Cage, which is crazy because Lucas
Gage. Because he also played in White Lotus. In the first season of it.
Right.
Yeah. So check it out. It was a good show.
Yeah.
But back to this, so they started looking for her, and so they end up finding her, but she killed somehow his owner got shot and killed.
Right. Yeah.
And so once that happened, they reprogrammed him to like make him kill. So they upped his aggression
level, right?
To like 100%,
right?
And so he became like, he see you, he was killing you,
right? And he was really programmed to go. They wanted him to go kill Iris. He killed the other robot,
right? And so she went as far as she managed, because he drove a Tesla, and she managed to like get the Tesla, go down the street, but Josh, her boyfriend, found, like, he figured it all out, or he was able to call his phone and disengage the car.
Right.
And then the sheriff comes to help her, but she can't tell him because they also dumbed her down. Like, they took away, once they captured her the first time, they took away her intelligence level.
Mm-hmm.
And so made her dumb. And so she wasn't able to articulate to the sheriff like something was going on.
Oh, and how she did that too is, remember, she changed her settings.
Oh,
so
yeah.
She was programmed not to lie.
Right.
So she couldn't, they made it where she couldn't lie to the sheriff, right? She couldn't lie to the sheriff, but she changed her language to Russian. So she was telling the truth to the sheriff, but it was in another language.
Right, and so he couldn't understand her.
Right, because if he would have heard it in English, he probably would have tried to arrest her.
Right.
Because she had killed someone.
Right.
So yeah, it was good, y'all.
Crazy. And so the other robot gay guy,
Lucas Gage's character,
he ended up like, he killed the sheriff, and then
he killed one of the guys from the transport company. The company
came to pick her up, and so they did come. 2 guys came, and one of them,
once they realized that once they powered her back up, she was gonna have memories of what happened. So they was like, "Oh, we gotta stop that. We gotta stop the people from taking her." So it was just crazy.
It was really crazy.
Yeah.
But it ended up being a good movie because it's like, I know they have like AIs out there, the human looking ones, but I'm like, has it really come to that where people are gonna start like creating these android companions,
real life androids,
that you can like
you can have sex with them,
that you can have sex with.
Skin feels like real skin.
I mean,
that's
I
scary.
don't know. That's creepy.
Yeah.
But look, you could program that motherfucker to love your ass to death. You can have it do whatever you want to do. So
yeah.
Look.
Hey. That was weird. They was calling it the sex bot.
Right.
The character Cat, she was calling it the sex bot. So that's when we understood why it's not that I don't like you. I don't like the idea of you. She didn't like the idea
that he was having sex
with a robot.
With this robot.
Yeah. That's just
like,
crazy.
Yeah, he was busting that, and she was able, again, like, there was a part in there where he was burning her.
Oh,
because she said she could feel.
Right.
And so he had her sit her hand over a candle.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
about that. And her hand
that.
was just like, it was melting.
It melted. It looked like the Terminator when that hand came out of the fire.
Right.
It was just metal. Yeah, it looked just like that.
Right. And then at the end, so she ends up escaping at the end. And so she peels off her skin and she shows the Terminator hand. And she's driving down the street and she runs into this couple in another car. And the lady just was looking at her and she shows her robot hand.
It was crazy. Like, it went all kind of funny.
Yeah, it was funny, but it was definitely a good movie to watch.
Yeah, and everybody dies at the end.
Yeah,
except for the robot.
Except for the robot. Yeah, like the technicians. Oh, well, one of the technicians.
They didn't show what happened.
They didn't show what happened to him, but he lived.
Right.
The other one died, but yeah, everybody except her and the technician.
Right.
They just kind of went their separate ways. So again, the movie is called Companion.
Mm-hmm. It's on Max.
It's on.
Is it on Max? Was that one on Max?
It was on Max.
Okay.
Yeah, it was on HBO Max or Max. Yeah, so check it out and let us know what you think.
It was good.
Because again, to know that there are androids now that are like human like.
Yeah.
They're
working it out.
Yeah.
You know,
So
people buying these androids out here
yeah.
now. These, you know, that can do
Hey,
things, and
I'm just saying, I love you, and if anything should happen to you,
you get an
y'all would
android.
consider that, because out here,
Mm-hmm.
these men out here are a trip, but that's another story for a whole nother podcast. I'm just saying.
I got all kind of questions now, like, what do he look like?
Look,
You know, what you gonna name him? What your love link gonna be? How
I
you gonna
mean,
remember that? How he
he
met
gonna
you?
love the hell out of me.
He met you in
He
Bigelow's.
gonna be look, he gonna be intelligent with a little thug, so he'll kill a mother if he got to.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
You can adjust his aggression
level.
level.
He gonna have a beard.
Lord, I'm getting replaced by a robot.
Hey,
I'm getting replaced by a robot.
I'm gonna name him Nigel.
Nah, okay.
Nah, okay, what else?
Whatever you name it. The name Nigel just made me think about somebody else.
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
All right, it ain't gotta be him, but
yeah, but there's some good Nigels out there.
Hey,
but this Nigel just popped in my head. I was like,
I don't know. Nick, I don't know.
Babatunde. What the beautiful girl like you doing crying here on the island of love?
Hey, it's okay. I'm going to have him programmed. So, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He may be bald head, you know. Like I said, he going to have a beard. Can make him kind of well endowed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the likeness of you, of course.
Oh, yeah. I hear you. That's going to be real creepy.
That's
real creepy. That's like,
oh, God.
Yeah, that's real creepy.
Speaking of well endowed.
What? Okay.
I thought that was a good segue.
To our next segment. Yeah, I want to hear how you go fold off into those. I need to pick it up.
So, I mean, but it does, listen. So, I know y'all don't want to hear about it or talk about it, or maybe y'all do. I like to talk about menopause because it's a for real thing.
It's a now issue.
It's a
now situation, now experience.
Right now, currently. And I don't know about you, it's not driving me crazy yet, but it's giving me some challenges that I never seen myself going through.
Mm-hmm.
And for one, if I may start it off.
Go ahead.
For one, and excuse me, but we're all adults here. But what is going on with this like vaginal dryness? And that's where the well endowed comes in, because it's to the point, y'all, like it's like having sex is painful. It's painful, and I know he hates me saying it, but it is, and it just feels like he's shoving his fist down there. That's how it feels. And it's slowly coming out of my tight ass hole. And yes, I said that, but yeah, it's very like dry, and yeah, I'm needing like extra lube, and just everything is just sensitive, and I never thought I would be saying this. But when I said before that sometimes I'd rather just go to sleep than have sex, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. And I never, again, you know me, I used to always stay on ready. You know that. I used to would fight him because I would want sex, and yeah, he sometimes wouldn't, and I would get so angry, like.
Yeah, she had a whole personality change.
Yo, it was like that at one time. I miss those. I mean, I don't miss the fighting, but I miss that because, yeah, I used to enjoy having sex. Now,
That's deep. What else you got?
I have to mentally prepare,
Right.
And then I don't know, lately it was like I kind of knew, or maybe because I wanted it all the time, so I was always trying to get it. But now it's like I don't know when we are, because you know what I'm saying. Unless you have
What do you think of
bone.
boner bear? Y'all listen. These Starship men over 40, Starship. Got some gummies called boner bears. Got 2 bears on the front, and they boning. They look like they boning. Anyway, they're happy. Like they're happy. So yeah, that stuff works. Stay in your system for like 3 days. Don't cause no headaches.
And ladies, it worked. It worked. It do the job. Okay, I just be like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And then he was like, and then look, they work so well, y'all. I never ever heard him say that he could continue going after we both have an orgasm. This man said he could go another round. Oh no, hell you can't. Oh no, sir, no, we're not. You better y'all better take y'all ass to sleep and leave me the hell alone, because yeah, no. I'm like, are you kidding? Like, who you think I am? Like, yeah, 20 years ago, oh hell yeah, I would have gave you a run for your money. I would even say 10. Now, yeah, he is playing. I don't know who that man think he is. Them boner bears got him thinking he's super damn man. Yeah, nah. You better pipe down. Literally.
Yeah, I'm listening to him.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you is tripping.
Hey, you know what they say.
But ladies, they work.
Get it up. You gotta get it down.
Too much. If that's even a thing.
Yeah.
Yo,
I mean, I think that's, along with the menopause and for men, and it's the midlife changes, period. I don't even know if they call it menopause for men, but testosterone levels change. So you got to do different things. You got to take supplements for that now.
And guess what? I appreciate it. Even though, like I said, it'd be too much. Because once you start talking about going another round, oh yeah, you got me all the way fucked up. We gotta
work on our stuff.
What stuff?
Our stuff. Whatever it is to take to get us back in alignment.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it may be some things that we can do to get ourselves.
Oh,
back
you
in
mean
line, like diet, exercise.
Like diet, yes, exercise, yes.
There's definitely things that I know men could do. Diet, exercise. Make sure you're checking your prostate.
I mean, as long as it ain't affecting your blood pressure or your heart,
right?
I'm okay with you taking it.
Me too.
I mean, if
there are other natural things that you can do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I know, again, my man's all about natural, so I'm not even mad. Yeah. But yeah, me also. I mean, I don't know, ladies. What is there? I guess maybe KY jelly. I don't know. It's
coconut oil.
Oh yeah, we use that. But sometimes, like, I'm needing something thick. Cause I'm telling you, like, just imagine
motor oil.
You trying to go into this, like, and then it's just, yeah. Did you say?
Yeah, I did say motor oil. 10W40. Thicker weight.
You know what? Yeah, I need some weight. I need some weight to that oil. So if y'all have any suggestions, please let your sister know, please, because yeah, it's been interesting.
Yeah, and that's for dudes too. Y'all got, I've been on YouTube. I listen to a YouTube channel. This lady, Dr. Rachel, like, yo, you can take this, take that. This is safe to take. This is not safe to take. Make these smoothies.
Right.
And I got a book
right.
that I'm selling
right.
for making these smoothies. I ain't mad at her. That's a good marketer to do, but
right.
Yeah, check it. That's on y'all. Check it out on YouTube, guys, ladies.
Okay.
Check it out. Check it out.
And so That's just one problem, okay?
Oh, Lord.
That's just one of the problems.
I got a list.
Then they got the hot flashes. Yo, oh my God, I'll never forget last year during the hurricane when our power was out.
Ooh, that is the wrong time for that situation.
Y'all, I stayed butt naked. Like, I ain't ever known my toes. Y'all, my toes were sweating. Like, my toes. My knees, behind my knees, my elbows, behind my elbows, my neck. Oh my God, I know my neck probably was black as hell. It probably, whew. Lord, yeah, that was,
yeah. Because it happened of course, we're talking hurricane, so it's summertime, like,
here,
in the last weekend of
September.
Here,
it was still summertime.
Right, it was hot.
It was hot.
Right.
Like, I'm talking like 80-something, 90 degrees hot.
Yeah.
And
no
air.
No air.
No air. We relying on God's air, and God was like, F y'all. Like, I ain't stunting y'all. Like, yeah.
Deal with it.
Middle finger to us.
Deal with it.
Yeah. I don't know what y'all people done did down here to cause all that havoc, but they still trying to recuperate.
Yeah, there's still some places to have recuperate.
Yeah, that's still. I mean, everybody got power.
Yeah, people got power,
but just like trees down, like it's still like that.
Yeah, it's great.
But yeah, anyway, I'm just saying them hot flashes. Thank God they've like settled down. I don't really have them like I used to. And so I'm good now. I just pray it stay like that. Because I heard that they come back. And they come back worse. So just keep me in your prayers.
Yeah, it might be some herbs.
I'm going to keep y'all in y'all prayers because I know y'all hot as hell too. So, yeah.
I'm sorry for
that shit ain't funny.
Yeah,
it ain't funny worth a damn.
It's just like, she's like, yo, I know y'all hot as hell too.
I will kill you. As much as I love his ass, I will kill him.
Random.
He know it. But anyway, honey, love of my life. What's yours?
I think so about midlife adjustments to, it's like my knee. I think I may have told y'all about the knee. I love to walk. So knowing, like, until, I get my knee in better condition, that when I say I love to walk, I mean I like to walk for exercise.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can still walk around and everything like that. And, I'm not on a cane or anything like that.
Thank God.
But, I ain't gonna say but. Thankfully I can. I've been tempted to walk, do a little bit more walking for exercise, but I'm nervous. So I'm not really sure, how that's gonna be. So I gotta test it out, but I'm hesitant to do it. So I'm having to do yoga, which yoga is not a bad thing, but I like to get the cardio going too, the breathing going. So I'm gonna have to pull out the elliptical, and I'm gonna have to pull out the elliptical.
I don't think the elliptical will be better off. We need to go ahead and get that gym membership popping.
Okay.
Because I need to go also, because I need to tighten my skin. And I know like it takes a lot to go to the gym for me to get into the habit of it again. But we're gonna do it.
I think it's worth it though. I mean, the same thing with yoga. It's like the hardest part, like the lady said in teacher class, is just pulling out the mat. Same thing with the gym. Hardest thing is getting in the car.
Getting in the car and driving there. Once you're there, you gonna go in.
Yep.
You're not gonna turn around and go home. And look, I'm trying to convince myself here too. So, but again, and then you're tired. The fatigue that we go through during menopause is like, I've never experienced, like I said, I used to be the night owl. I was the one that was like, let's stay up, it's early. Yeah. What you mean it's 10 o'clock? Yeah. I'm like, the night's still young.
Yeah.
Yeah, she don't do that no more.
Yeah, I think that's just the body making adjustments too, because we sleep a little longer now.
I know, but like,
And I mean, I think
and
it's a
I
compensation.
still like, and I still sleep till like sometimes 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean, but I will wake up. Like, there are nights where I'm up and I just can't go back to sleep.
Yeah.
And he's knocked out. And then it's weird because there are nights when he's up and I'm knocked out. And I've been out since like 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, and that, oh, yeah. Us watching these movies, y'all, it's like a challenge, okay?
Because we watch them at night.
I be wide awake, like, yo, okay, I'm gonna watch it. I don't know what the hell happens. Next thing I know, like, not even 15 minutes in, I'm out. Like, yeah, the struggle is real.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to remember to take a vitamin, but do y'all know of anything else that help? I mean, and I'm not a coffee drinker. I mean, I could be. It's just I like mine light and sweet. Otherwise, I'm like, it's coffee. Coffee isn't good. I don't care what y'all say. Coffee by itself is not like a good flavor.
You mean black coffee?
Black coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Gotcha.
yeah, black coffee. Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
You need stuff in it. So I don't want to get hooked on it. So,
I think it.
but if
think it
y'all
could
know
be-
of something else that could wake me, maybe some tea. I think I'm gonna start drinking tea more
I think
because
just
I
knowing.
wasn't really a tea drinker.
Well, something I've suggested in the past too that people could try. Maybe you just hearing this, and I'm gonna throw it out to you again.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing the free trial of that Rise app. It's a sleep app, and it tells you it's based on your circadian rhythms. So it's based on the circadian rhythm, the natural flow of the day. And you have
Oh yeah.
you have several peak times in your day, and if you don't if you go through the app, it tells you those peak times.
Okay.
So it helps you track what those peak times are, and so you can do your most creative work, the stuff that's going to require most of your attention at the highest
During that
peaks.
time.
Yes, and you got a couple of them doing your waking day, and then toward the end of the day, 9 something like that. So naturally, you're starting to run out. Your battery's starting to run out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just the natural rhythm that we have, and it's called Rise, RISE.
Mm-hmm. Is it a paid app or?
It is a paid app, but they got a free trial.
Okay.
And so I would recommend just going through the free trial so you at least know what how you are in alignment with the circadian rhythms.
Right.
Yeah. So if you got your circadian rhythms down, you know your peak, you know your low times, you know when it's starting to slow down, and give you a graph and everything, so you can visually see what's going on. So
okay.
Yeah.
And circadian rhythm. What is
circadian rhythms?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the kind of like the frequency, almost, for lack of a better words, of the planet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you're just kind of lining up, yours,
Mm-hmm.
making sure you're lining up with the natural rhythm
Okay.
of the earth.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's cool. Maybe I will use that. I just don't, because it gives you it tells you everything. It tells you when, I know it tells him, when to have a alcoholic drink.
When you need to stop.
When you need to stop. Right.
In order to get the best sleep as possible.
Right. It tells you when you should go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
It tells you
when to start winding down. It tells you when to stop drinking coffee.
Right.
It gives you some ideas of what you can do when you first wake up and you're going through this grogginess and you're not at your, you're not reaching your peak yet. It gives you some ideas of what you can do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it gives you ideas of what to do.
Oh, wow. And you said how much was it?
It was free for the trial.
Okay.
But once you
finish
the trial, they'll still send you the text messages and all that stuff. I think it was like $10 a month. It's not a lot.
It's not bad.
But once you got it,
right.
To me, once you got it, you got it.
Right.
And there may be some other stuff in there that you need, because you can program and tell it, if you got the paid version, when you actually woke up, mm-hmm. when you actually went to bed. And you can
to track it.
Yeah, to make the adjustments.
Okay.
Now, if you got an Apple Watch, it can sync up with that, and I think it could sync up with the maybe the Halo and some other stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But if you don't have that, you could just use your phone, and you can get enough information just from that.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, so in that way you will know, like you and your wife getting ready to watch a movie. If it's 9:45, you shouldn't start that movie because your wife is going to be asleep in 15 minutes because her circadian rhythm is right up in here and about to go flatline.
Yeah, and it never fails. I would ask for a drink. It could be anything. I would ask for a drink. I would ask and I'm out. And I don't even realize it. I'm just, next thing I know, either he's taking my glasses off my
taking the glasses off the face, shutting everything down, putting the phone on the charger. She don't know I'm doing all that because unless you wake up when I'm taking the glasses off her face.
Right, and that's rare. I tuck
her in, everything, y'all. Tuck her in, fluff her pillow, all that stuff.
He takes real good care of me. I mean, no, you don't fluff my pillow, but you don't tuck me in either.
Swaddle her.
I mean, I'm gonna need you to start doing that. Yeah,
big expectations.
I too much.
Big expectations.
No,
tucking you in, swaddling you.
No,
fluffing your pillow.
I don't want that, but you would.
If I absolutely needed to.
See, he gonna act hard now.
I'm just saying, those are all things you do for a toddler, and swaddling is for an infant.
Oh, it is, isn't it? But sometimes, don't you want to be swaddled?
No.
Or tucked in?
No.
Yes.
Tucked in. Yes. Look, I can tuck myself in. Swaddle. I don't want nobody to swaddle me because I can't.
Tucked in.
Look, swaddling my kids, I had them wrapped up like a mummy. They couldn't go nowhere. You ain't finna be scratching your face on my watch.
Right.
You wrapped up like a mummy. You ain't doing none of that.
Do I have any lipstick on my teeth?
No, you good.
Okay. All right. All right. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
But
I think so I think we're good on this episode.
You think?
Yeah.
I had some more, but you know what?
Yeah.
I guess I'll have them for another day.
Yeah, because it's always evolving, right?
Hey.
It's always evolving. The tips you got, if you want to get out your next tip.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, one more.
One more.
You don't have any more.
I can do one more. I just,
Okay. But remember, we stopped a lot, so.
Yeah.
Okay. One more.
Go ahead.
For both.
Yeah.
Okay. So, now I don't know how to segue.
Well, I got one last one. I got one last one. That way it'll help you out.
Okay.
So this last midlife change that I've noticed is, and that comes with self-awareness, is me picking up other people's moods. Like we was talking about how they can set the robot's moods on the companion. Mm-hmm. You got to be aware of other people's energy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we can pick people's energy up. Especially me, I know I'm empathic, very empathic.
Yeah, very.
And I can pick up people's energy.
Right.
And I don't, I may be in a mood because I done picked up somebody else's energy. And I'm like, I'm becoming more aware when some energy is not mine.
Right. And it's crazy because with that, I can come to him, and if he's picked up that energy, I won't know. All I will know is that he's behaving in a way that's not him. And so it leaves me with having to figure out what's going on with him. Because I could be I'm an empath also. So if you're picking up something, then I could pick up yours. And then next thing you know, we're beefing. We don't even know why.
Beefing about somebody
until we figure out that it's some other energy.
Just floated by and going on by his way. You know what I mean?
And so, that goes with, because I was going to talk about, the mood swings, and I guess maybe that's why.
Yeah, checking the mood
our
swing.
hormones are because, I could be, furious one moment and then, damn crying, the next.
Nah, that could be hormonal. It could be something influenced it.
Yeah.
From external.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah. So that's real talk. Shoot, people We carry energy. We vibrate. We picking up
Yeah.
frequencies all the time. Like everything in here is giving off a frequency. So
Right.
humans, we're always generating a frequency.
Yeah.
So you might be picking up somebody's
That energy
anxiety.
is deep.
Yeah.
That's why, that's why we sage.
Yeah. We sage this place.
Yeah.
We sage this place. And we pray.
Yes.
Especially before even we're doing this podcast. So
Yep.
Yeah.
And so we just got to make sure our energy is together and aligned. And yeah, that's important. And so my last one, y'all, and this is like the worst. The goddamn facial, like, hairs, like a bitch looking like Sasquatch.
Stupid.
Like, I'm steady, like, yo, and then, babe, I gotta buy another one. I need to make a note. My little shaver thing, babe, that shit stopped working. I just got it back working today. So I'm like, I am fuzzy. If Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bitch.
If Fuzzy Wuzzy.
Fuzzy Wuzzy had no damn hair. Yeah, that's me, because, yo, he even, like, you know it's love when your man could pick the damn hairs off your neck, and he got them, like, nails where he could, like, get in the root, and I'll be like, yeah, that's love, where he could pick your hairs, you know what I'm saying? Because I got a bunch of, like, I unshaved them. I ain't trying to show y'all. But
I'm like, she does not have hair on her chest. I can confirm that.
Huh?
I'm just saying. She can show her chin. She can deal with that. But she does not have a barilla on her chest. Taco meat.
Yo, I am weak. Oh my God. I did say Sasquatch.
You did.
But
the Yeti.
Yo.
The Yeti. You know the Yeti. The Yeti logo thing, they should be a Bigfoot silhouette. My wife is not a Goonie Goo Goo. I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
But yo, look, why? This was years ago. You know, females do be having like chest hairs. I remember this one chick, I worked with her. This was in New Jersey, and she was a light-skinned chick, and she had like hair on her chest, and she used to wouldn't like.
She wouldn't shave it.
She wouldn't shave it.
Yeah, probably come back strong.
She wouldn't shave it.
Shave one,
and
two
I
of them
would
pop
just
up.
wonder, like, why? Now I understand. No, I don't have hair on my chest. He can confirm that. And I ain't about to show y'all to make sure. But, yeah, I don't have any. But, like, here, like, yo, like, I got a 5 o'clock shadow. Like,
she's exaggerating.
I'm just saying, it's a lot of hair. And I know it's because
it's more
of
than
my
she wanted.
hormones.
Yeah, it's more than she wanted.
Yes,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I'm concerned about my upper lip. Yeah, I don't want to go looking like Victor.
You stupid. Victor from the stories? Hey, no, from the soap opera.
Mustache.
Yo,
they call me Mustache.
Mustache.
They just call me Stash.
Stash, for sure.
Just call me Stash.
You stupid.
Anyway, all right.
You got any more concerns that you want to share
That's
with our
my
good
last
people
one.
out there?
They unheard enough.
Hey.
They unheard enough.
We done talked about a lot.
I done talked the hole in their head. They are done.
And listen, if y'all listen this far, y'all our people. Thank you for rocking with us this long. Leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? Tell us what y'all think about anything that we talked about, because we done talked about a whole bunch of stuff
a whole lot
today. But with that being said, this is Carlton Lewis, the host with the most, and this is
Liv,
the hostess
with the mostest.
And this is the Legacy Journeys podcast, where we
embrace, explore, and evolve relationships.
We'll see y'all on the next episode. Peace.